Mayson and the Forest Friends. Deep in the whispering woods lived a tiny, fluffy fox named Mayson. He had big, curious eyes and even bigger feet. "What adventure waits for me today?" he whispered to the morning sun. Mayson bounced out of the den and into the green. Zoom! A blur of brown zoomed past his nose. It was Cyrus the squirrel, zipping up an oak tree. "Hello," called Mayson. "Wow, you're so speedy, Cyrus," squeaked Mayson. He wiggled his nose and tried to run as fast, but his big, fluffy feet made him tumble. Plop! Mayson giggled, but he felt a little floppy. He shook the dirt off and kept walking until he looked up. High above, Minerve the owl was floating on the breeze, so silent and graceful. She spotted Mayson and gave a gentle hoo. "I wish I could fly so high and quiet," sighed Mayson. He tried to flap his paws like wings, leaping as high as he could, but he just came right back down. He wasn't light like a feather at all. Mayson sat down by a stream, feeling a little bit glum. He wasn't speedy, and he couldn't fly. Then he saw Akel the tortoise carefully moving a heavy, wet log out of the path. "Akel is so strong and steady," thought Mayson. He pushed and pushed on a stone, grunting with all his might, but the stone just sat there. It didn't budge even a tiny bit. Suddenly, he heard a worried sound. Cyrus was up on the oak, but he couldn't reach his favorite acorn. It had rolled off a high branch and was trapped in a very small hole. Cyrus was too big to fit his paw in the small hole. Minerve was too high up to see it clearly, and Akel was still busy with the log. But Mayson had something special. Mayson wriggled his slender paw and pop! The acorn was free. Cyrus cheered, and Akel and Minerve smiled. Mayson learned that day that he didn't need to be speedy, silent, or super strong. He was clever, quick-pawed, and helpful.